Guys, welcome to my video. We're going to be making a card today, and I'm just using some real flowery foiled paper, and I actually ordered this paper from Create and Craft. It's createandcraft.com, and it's a UK company, but they do a lot of shipments to the United States. And so if you are able to get a hold of Create and Craft, and I think this brand is Kanban paper. So what I'm going to do first is, this is an A4 sheet of paper, and I'm going to just score and fold it in half. I got to get my scoreboard ready here. Okay, this is a Martha Stewart scoreboard, and this is a Heartfelt Creation flower tool. It's got different ends on it, but I like this little bitty end right here, and I use it for my scoring. And my paper is 11 3/4, and I want to fold it in half, so I go to the 8th mark right before 6 inches, right in here. And that's where I'm going to score my paper. And just fold it over, and make sure you crease it good so that it stays folded. And see, now you have your card blank. It's very simple, very easy to do. And then next, also from Create and Craft, I ordered some card blanks. They're 4x6, and they are also from Kanban. And that's what I'm going to use for my topper of my card. I think that one would be good. So I'm going to use that one. And like I say, this is 4x6. So you can see that I have a lot of open space around here. So I'm going to find me a piece of solid paper to do a backing to go onto this piece right here. So I'm also using paper from Hunky Dory collection, and it's called Adorable Scoreable. I think I'm going to use this paper. And you can see it's called Floral Tea Party, and it is from Kanban Crafts. So since this topper is 4 inches by 6 inches, 4 by 6, I'm going to cut my paper down 4 1/4 by, no, I'm going to cut it down 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, so I have a little bit wider border around my frame. So give me just a second to get this cut down. So I said 4 1/4. No, 4 1/2, sorry. 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. Okay. And then we're going to put this on here. And then that's going to go on there. But as you can tell, I still have a lot of extra space. So I'm going to find another piece of paper, and you can use whatever color goes with what you're working on. And I'm going to use this piece right here. And I don't know if can you see the white? Looks like lace across it. And it is also from the Kanban Floral Tea Party set. And I want it to be bigger than what I've got here. And so since this is 4 1/2, I'm going to cut this one 5, and this is 6 1/2, so I'm going to cut this one 7. So this one's going to be a 5 by 7. And I'm using my cutting board. I know I'm off screen, but this is the only place I have to lay it for just a second. I'll be back on screen in just a second. Okay. Now then, this one is 5 by 7. So you can see how the layers are starting to build up. And I think these layers are similar enough that I think I'm going to cut a white piece to go behind this piece to separate these two. So give me just a second to do that. Or I guess I could use a piece, how about, yeah, just white. Okay, so this is 4 by 6, so I'm going to make this 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So it's just a little bit bigger. Okay, so now when I take this, I will mat it to this piece of paper. I cut it a little bit long, didn't I? I think I need to recut that. See, I have too much down here. Still too long. Okay, so now then I have this white border all the way around, so when I lay it on top, see how it pops out? See the contrast? If I just laid it on here, it almost looks like just one piece of paper. You can't really tell there's 2 layers here, but when you put the white backing in there, it makes it pop so that you can see that there's different layers here. So first thing, I'm going to glue this down, and I am using a liquid adhesive glue, and it's called Crafter's Square, and I get this at the Dollar Tree. And it shows that you can use it for jewels and all kinds of things, and I found that this works on everything. And it's a quick drying glue, so it dries fairly fast. And I haven't had much trouble with it causing my paper to bubble or anything like that. So I just rub a little glue around. Put in my first layer. Make sure you rub it down good so the glue lays out flat. Because if you have bulges of glue under there, when it dries, you're going to have bulges under your paper. And I think for this one, instead of gluing it on, I think I'm going to use these foam squares. Comes in a roll. I don't have the packaging it came in, but I also got this at the Dollar Tree. So all I have to do is take some of these squares and just pop this up a little bit. And as you can see on this one, I cut it, so you can cut the squares down to whatever size that you prefer. For this one, I'm just using the size that it's already on here. But you can cut them down and make them smaller if you want to make your squares go further. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking about if we ought to make this a birthday card. It says, "A good day. Day starts with you, me, and a cup of tea." So this could just be for your best friend, just to drop her a snail mail. We need to get back to doing more snail mail. And I think I'm just going to glue this one down next. I also make a lot of cards for the ladies at my church. It's a good way to do things you enjoy, make things you enjoy, but yet being able to help others with what you like. And it's also a way of giving back. So I'm going to use the pop dots on this one. Like so. I have some stamps that we're going to be using on the inside. So we'll use those on the inside of the card. But let's get the front made. And I just eyeball it. I'm not a big measurer. I just kind of eyeball it till it looks straight. You're really not going to have anybody that you give this card to that's going to measure or be worried if it's not perfectly straight. So see, that's what our card's going to look like. And now for the inside, I want to stamp a sentiment inside here. And I have some stamps, and these are Crafter's Companion. I got these from HSN. And since this one's just kind of a friendship, I think I will use maybe Hugs and Kisses. Let's see, Hugs and Kisses right here. And you can see it's a rubber stamp. It's got the foam backing, which gives you the ability when you stamp to have a little bit of a give, so your stamp stays in place. And I'm going to be using this stamp block, which is also from Crafter's Companion. And I also got it from HSN. And if you can see, there's lines. And I'm just going to kind of line it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just going to put it right about in the center. This is a raised edge and this is a raised edge. So be careful when you put your ink on that you don't ink those raised edges. And I think I'm going to just use brown. And this is Craft Smart ink pad, pigment ink. And it came from Michaels. And I use this a lot. It's just chocolate brown. And I like to take my ink to my stamp. As so. Now this block is called a rocker block. And you can see that it's kind of rounded. So make sure I got it right side up. So I'm going to put the bottom down first. And just roll it to the top and raise it up. Hugs and Kisses. Just that simple. If you want, you can always stamp on the back who it's made by. This is a slick, glossy finish, and unless you have the specialty inks for that, this kind of ink here will not stick to it. It'll just rub off. So I'm not going to mess with putting a stamp on the back. There's our card. Very, very simple to make. And it ended up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. So it's an 8.5 by 6 card. You can order envelopes for it, but the easiest way I know to make an envelope, and I will show you right quick. Let me find a piece of paper that I can use. You want a lightweight paper. Something pretty close to what you would use in your copier. And you lay it down. Now this one's not big enough. For this size, I'm going to need a 12 by 12. Just a minute. And I'm just going to use a solid color for demonstration purposes. Oh wait, here's a colored one I can use.